Hey guys, welcome back to TableTop NerdCasts. Thanks so much for joining us for another session of Piercing the Crystal Veil, our Dungeons & Dragons campaign led by Rick here in the GM chair. If you haven't already and you're joining us for the first time, subscribe to us on Twitch. We have shows every single week. You can switch over to our YouTube. You can follow the links on Twitch to find our YouTube, podcast, Twitter account, Facebook, Instagram. Everything that we do is right there on Twitch, so you can click those links, go like and subscribe, hit the bells so that you don't miss any of our content as it comes out, both live and in post-edited and recorded and all of that. So thanks for joining us today, and I hope you enjoy Piercing the Crystal Veil with us.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, howdy. Glad to have everybody back. We're going to pick up where we left off. And where we left off was the group had been pulled into this little girl's dream, if you will, or they don't really know what, but they were pulled from their lives. They each found this little crystal at some point in time, and this crystal connected them with something, and a little light formed, and they were pulled through another dimension. They don't know, but they ended up a burrito. Yes, they were pulled through a burrito.
That's what I remember. We were pulled through a burrito, and
they woke up in a crystal forest with a young Alced girl, which an Alced is part elf, part deer. So it's a centaur, but it's basically an elven deer, if you will. And she had a problem in the fact that everybody had frozen in her crystal forest. And she was the only one that hadn't. She was wearing this crystal pendant that was full of light that Cade, our little halfling friend here, was very fascinated with.
Fixated on, I believe.
Fixated, yes, I think so. Fixated. And he, he's not only the size of a child, he, sometimes, yeah.
Hi, everybody!
So she led them to this great crystal tree that the Grove Keeper, she called him, had gone into to perform some sort of ritual, something about a seed, and she didn't want to go in there, and so the party went in there, and they found this crystal portal, almost like a drop of mercury, and they ended up touching it, and they got pulled through, and they ended up...
took longer than others.
Yes.
Some people are just not going to walk through various things going, I hope I don't die.
That's right. Until he realized he wasn't going to be able to eat, he decided that it was time to go. So they went, everybody ended up going through, and they found themselves in this crystal liquid. Very thick, but like thin jello, and they were slowly pulled out to the surface. And when they ended up popping up to the surface, there was a storm raging, and there was just the feeling of electrical energy. They could taste the almost the copper taste in their mouths because there was so much energy, and it was just loud, and the wind was blowing, almost like they dropped in the middle of a hurricane. And for those of us in Houston, we're very familiar with that. And so they saw this island in the center, which you probably have a visual of here. And on this island was a little sapling, a little crystal sapling, and there was a group of centaurs and Alced and Eladrin around it, and they were trying to pour some sort of energy into it. They had a crystal headpiece and a red crystal in their hands, and it looked like they were trying to do some ritual or something, but there were these red crystals that were implanted in the ground, and black tendrils of energy were flowing out of these things onto their chests. So each one of them seemed frozen, almost like the Alced and the centaurs and everything back in the crystal forest were frozen, and the little girl was freaked out about. And she said that her parents told her if she was ever in trouble, just wish and help would come. And these were the adventures that came. She was very excited to see them.
Little girl.
Yeah, I know. These powerful, mighty adventures. And except for him, of course. But and
the crystal working?
Yes. So and Morale, Tabaxi had found a little crystal cat, and when she woke up in the crystal forest, it was now a living crystal cat. And when
living crystal cat,
right, well, normal size at that point. And then when they popped up out of the liquid crystal and the island and everything, they realized that they had changed. They were no longer themselves. They were now, for D&D players, they had been 3rd level. Now all of a sudden they were 8th level. and they had not been wearing any armor or anything like that. Now they were fully outfitted and ready for battle. So something had changed. They don't know what was going on, but when they popped up and they saw this going on, and they saw that there were devils moving around the small. At the time they popped up, the scene.
You ready for me to go ahead and switch this for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's see if this works now. Of course not. So
Okay, but anyway,
you go.
when they popped up, they saw this scene, and they started approaching it, and this black, large, dark elven woman, maybe Shadow Fae, they're not really sure, said stop. Y'all basically just commanded them to stop. In the name of the Moonlit King, don't interfere. Well, of course, they ignored that. We have a wet cat that wants to get on land, and they proceeded on. And since they ignored her, she commanded her minions to attack, which are these small black, kind of like rubbery flying creatures that have long tentacles and a whip-like tail, poison stinger. They're Mamuras, for those of you that are familiar with Toma Beasts. And she commanded them to attack, and a battle ensued. And they've been fighting this battle. Well, lightning struck down from the sky at one point, and the tree grew. And the crystal tree in the center grew. And then lightning struck again, and the crystal tree grew again. And this time when it grew, they saw that there was a battle taking place along with them. And these figures were kind of blurry, and there was a dragon that was attacking the tree, and when it grew the second time, basically it ended up being massive, towering up to the sky. And this dragon was attacking the tree, and some tentacled beast, they don't know what it is, they just see the tentacles coming out, and it was also attacking the tree. And there were figures, powerful adventurers, that were fighting these beasts, and they soon realized that they looked like they might be themselves, maybe in
powered up. Yeah.
like they powered up, and all of a sudden these guys were much more powerful. One of the wizards was flying around. He had a shield of force around, a ball of energy force around him, and he was shooting bolts of energy at the beasts. One of them transformed himself into a dragon and flew up to meet this other dragon, and they were battling in the sky. And the cat, an armored cat, was calling down radiant energy, and the halfling was using a bow to shoot powerful bolts of, had some sort of crystal bow, shooting crystal arrows that exploded in energy. So this is all going on, but they were like out of phase, and even the tree looked kind of out of phase to them. And so this is going on, and they're fighting, and all of a sudden they noticed that the dragon combat that's going on, it rips off the dragon of the man that transformed, and he instantly transforms back and falls into the water. And they see in the distance a portal opens up, and an army of drow has exited the portal and is now marching upon them. And there was a large figure wielding a fiery whip, driving them forward. And things do not look good at this point in time. And so that's where we will pick up. So
really don't look good for me.
No, they really don't. And our friend Dresdenova is currently
Bleeding out?
yes, unconscious, reduced to 0 hit points. So, and you also notice from the shore that three more devils are running from this wagon full of crystals that the quicklings have been running back and forth to the island. So, what would y'all like to do? Mr. Cade, it is your turn to go.
Look 'em! Okay.
I can nuke it. Really, he can do it.
He's down,
He's down.
but I'm right next to him.
Who goes?
Yeah.
Who? How? What's the turn order? Remind
The
us. The
turn order is Cade, then Nevi, then moi, then wow, then Dresdenova.
Okay.
Then
So you go before Dresdenova. If I went before him, if like
Yeah.
you were going after him, I was going to go ahead and use one of my cure wounds on him.
And
So
I.
fireball
Making
it.
And Cade right now is currently
But that's
hugging
your
onto
job.
the leg
Do it
of one of
if you
these
want. So
But
creatures.
you're a life
correct?
cleric. I don't
Yes.
want to take it away.
Okay. Um,
Well, actually, they don't have. No, that was the devil that you were hanging on
You
to.
don't have
Correct.
That's dead. And you also have a
47
shadow
points.
that you had cast, that you had pulled up, if you remember that.
that is correct.
Okay. So yeah, you're not currently hanging on anyone, and one of these is flying up in the air. And these flying creatures, the Memora they're called, they have this aura about them that basically suppresses magic. So each of your spellcasters has to roll a DC in order to just be able to cast a spell. And if you are concentrating on a spell, you have to roll a DC to maintain that spell if you're within their aura.
So I think what's going to happen is Cade at this moment in time, knowing that he's more of a melee character, Cade is going to basically point out at the closest shadow, the closest flying creature to him.
Okay.
And he's going to mutter under his breath, but at the same time, you'd see 2 bolts of energy now as an Eldritch Blast launch out of his his weapon hand.
Okay. Roll me a DC to see if you can pull that off.
What kind of save is it?
It is a DC for the Memora. It is a DC 14.
Does this take into account my...
What bonus? does
It's
he
a
get?
dexterity.
There you go.
So this is a dexterity plus... that would be a 13.
13 is not enough. You notice the energy fizzles in your hand. As you go to cast it, you can feel the resistance, and it just fizzles out in your hand. And you go.
Well, that was when I found that. Dang it, crystals!
So, Nevi.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and. Does this thing look kind of weak?
The Memora?
The bat thing. Have we hit it at all?
Yes.
Okay,
No,
cool.
it's injured.
Okay, I'm gonna actually let my bats take some swings at her right after I do this, but I'm gonna try to poison spray at that bat
Okay.
because it's the thing disrupting our magic,
Yep.
I assume. So I'm gonna try to tank it, and that's gonna be a 12. I'm sure that gets it on this guy. Let me get to my stats. Yep, 14 exactly.
14 exactly. Okay.
Yes, so now it has to make a Constitution save.
Well, you have to roll your DC just to be able to cast
Yes,
it.
you're right. And then I cast it, and then it
Oh,
has to
okay.
make a Constitution save.
Okay, fair enough. And it fails its Constitution save.
Excellent. So it's going to take 2d12 poison damage.
Okay.
And that's going to be a big old 14.
14. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Okay.
And then my bats.
And you're attacking.
There are 8 swarms of bats.
No, I killed 2 of them.
You killed, so there are 6 swarms,
Six
of,
swarms
bats.
of bats.
I wasn't sure. Yeah. 8 swarms of bats.
Now, do you have to concentrate on these?
No.
Oh, once you cast them, they're just there?
I think so. Maybe not. Let me look. No, I do have to concentrate.
Roll me a DC 14 to see if you maintain
Oh,
your
I got a big old
concentration.
20, baby.
All right, okay.
Nat 20. That means I don't have to make it anymore, right?
That's right! Yes.
Extra damage on
I'm
the
actually
top.
going to have 4 swarms of bats attack her, and I'm going to have 2 of them go after the bat.
Okay.
So 4
It's
of them.
actually. Okay.
4 of them on her.
All right.
And we got the highest was a 19.
That will hit.
And then in descending order, a 14.
Okay. And our 14 will miss.
Okay, and then the rest of them are lower than that. So 5 damage to her.
5 damage.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Or do you want me to roll it? I just took their base damage.
That's fine. We can do it. That's quicker.
Yeah, that's much quicker. And then the 2 that are going after the bat guy, Batman there. I got a nat 20 and a 19.
All right. And okay. And
So that'll be
both of them will hit.
15 damage.
15 damage. 15 damage.
I got a crit.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Keep those up.
But it's two separate hit. Well,
One of them's a crit, so that's going to be 10 damage. And then another one is 5 damage.
Okay.
So 15 total.
You notice, too, that the damage that the bats are doing is not as much as it should be. Okay.
Even though they're magical bats?
They're not magical bats. You just summoned bats.
They arrive by magical means.
Yes. Okay. So,
Well, hang on. Conjure animals. I summon fey spirits that take the form of beasts.
yeah, but they don't have magical attacks.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so. All right, so four swarms are still. Four swarms are still on her.
Yes.
She's got her blade out that just seems to soak up the light, and you can almost see a starry pattern on it. And she mutters something under her breath as she whips it around in a circle, and she spins around, and you can see the bats just almost being drawn into it, and this black energy flowing out onto them. And what's their armor class?
12.
All right. All right. I think she missed once. Yep, she missed once.
Okay. I have a feeling I'm going to have to keep track of a lot of stuff now. This was not as bright an idea as I thought.
One takes 5, one takes 8. One takes 3, and one takes 6. And you need to roll.
You missed one.
That's right, I did miss one. And so yeah, and you need to roll me a DC 17 for each of your bat groups.
Okay, what am I rolling? Constitution?
Constitution.
Okay. For all 4 of them, or just the ones that
Each
got
one.
hit? Even the one that missed? 2 of them, you said DC 14?
Well, only for the 3. Yeah, the one that I missed doesn't have to roll. DC 17.
17? Okay, 1 got it, 2 did not.
They are paralyzed, and they go falling down into the water.
Paralyzed a whole swarm of bats.
Absolutely.
That's impressive.
I know, well, they don't. It's a
Except
group.
that they're immune to paralysis.
Are they?
They are.
Ooh. And they cannot be blinded.
Where
So.
we can.
She paralyzed the few that she got in the swing.
All right.
She stunned them.
Yeah.
It wasn't paralyzed, just stunned.
Okay.
They're immune to a lot of stuff, actually.
And she will swing at one group with the sword regularly, and she misses. Okay. So, the Mamura drops down and swings at you.
Do my bats get an attack of opportunity on it? Because they're on top of it, basically?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, there's 2 groups on
2
there?
groups, yes, sir.
Okay. That'll hit,
Plus, it was within 5 feet, I believe, of Cade, right?
and that will hit.
Oh, no, it had flown up high.
they're
Thrown up
fine.
high.
All right, so one of the groups.
Oh, did you changed your mind there? He's not
Yeah, if
coming
they're
at me
engaged,
anymore?
I take 2 swings at the 2 on them. So one took 10 points of damage.
That guy hits harder than Big Girl? Wow.
Well, she did a area swing.
Okay.
And the other one does 8 points of damage.
Excellent.
Okay. And roll me a con save for each of those.
Does a 10 get it?
Nope.
Okay, good. Then neither of them get it.
Okay, then they're poisoned.
They're not immune to poison. That's fine.
All right. And
What kind of damage was it?
it was slashing.
Slashing?
Yeah.
Was her damage all slashing as well?
Her damage was necrotic. So it was
Even
not.
with, okay, so the
It was
area effect
necrotic.
was necrotic.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're resistant to slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing.
Gotcha. Ooh.
These bats are my new best friends.
Yes, I noticed that. In fact, then the Mamura
Liking
will.
your bats.
All right, the Mamura will try to take out this final swarm. And
He
that's
didn't take out any swarms.
9. 9 more points of damage.
Is it again slashing?
Yes.
On which one?
Well, just on one of them. I'm letting you keep track. The first one.
Okay, so you had said on the first swarm and second swarm. Are you hitting all this on one swarm?
No.
Okay. So this is back on the first swarm
Yeah.
again? So 9 more damage.
Yep. And then this one, actually, he should be attacking 1. And then...
Do you want him to have only attacked once more?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll transfer damage.
And 11 points, 11 more points.
11 more points.
This is piercing. Or that was slashing. This is going to be piercing. And this is 6 more points. And do
5 attacks from one guy?
4.
That's 5 different damages that I've had to do now. I did.
No, I did 2.
I did 10, 8, and then I did a 6 and 11, or a 9 and 11.
Okay.
10, 8, 9, 11 was the 4.
Roll me a con save.
Trying to make sure that I did.
And you're poisoned.
Oh,
And there is our daily
get it?
drop
Yeah.
dice. Good thing there's no couch in that corner anymore.
I did not get it.
Okay.
Is he still just poisoned? It's all just poison?
Yep. And you take another 5 points of damage. Poison damage.
5
All
more
right.
poison damage?
Yep. And these...
Okay, then a swarm is dead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rick didn't like my bats. Sorry, guys.
I don't like his bats. But, hey, it is what it is. All right. And there we are. So we are to...
Morale will step up to Desi, put a hand on him, and cure wounds. Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry about that.
No, you're not.
Yep, I am a little bit.
That is why you were smiling,
Dresdenova.
sir.
Give me a-
Do
He's like,
you
"I'm so
do
sorry."
critical fails?
No, I don't do
Thank
critical
God.
fails.
Okay.
No.
Then no, I
Just
didn't.
another-
see that at all.
She channels her inner warlock and starts sucking life out of him.
And y'all don't lose your spells. When you fail, you don't
Okay.
lose the spell.
Okay.
It's just, it doesn't
It's
go
not a
off.
spell.
You hear that, Mike? You didn't lose your cantrip.
All right,
I'm so
good. That's
sorry.
great. That's
I
wonderful
should have
news,
used the
Percy.
medical kit next time.
Death saves Constitution, right?
Yep.
15.
That makes it.
Okay.
Okay, so you got 1 save.
Well,
All right.
I already had 1 save before, so.
Okay, so that's 2 saves. All right.
Do we have any idea from the character's point of view of what we think the end of their influence is? Like, do I think I could drag him out of it?
Yes, you've been experiencing. Do me an Arcana check.
Yeah, probably not. It's 5.
You're not sure
I need
how
to
big.
switch
You
dice.
think there.
Bad
You're
dice.
pretty sure there's a radius. You just don't know how
I
big
have
the radius.
-1, so that's a 4.
I'm sorry.
I know nothing.
You do know that there's an aura. You just don't know how big it is. Okay, so
Especially in stuff like this.
Yeah.
so the
I
water.
got the medical kit, so.
My turn.
Okay, so
Before you move on, you had a guy come down. My Spectre is still available, and he is now down in melee range.
well, he does a flyby.
Yeah.
That's okay. Just making
but
sure because
she
you
would
just
be in melee range.
It's not
Yeah, you can do an attack on her.
okay.
That's right. 'cause you did all that.
I didn't do an attack on her.
Here's that.
And is that a concentration?
That's a physical attack.
No. I'm telling you, is it a concentration to hold on to that?
No, it's until my next long rest. It's available the entire time.
Oh, so once it happens,
Once I raise one, it's there until
it's
my
there
next
until
long
you-
rest.
Oh my gosh, really? You and your little minions. Okay, so
I'm not the one that brought all the millions to the party.
God bless the minions. God bless the minions.
so
Minions are doing better than we
while,
are.
No.
I
while
might
this
as
is
well
going
not
on, the you notice that there's also another battle going on at the same time as yours. So the water froths around you. The tentacled monster erupts from the liquid crystal beneath you. Beneath you, Cade. It passes right through you, and it feels cold and clammy. One of the tentacles had hit you earlier, and you didn't even feel it. Okay, it just went right through you. But now all of a sudden, it feels a little cold and clammy. You feel slightly dizzy from the sensation. It lashes out, grabbing the wizard, who is
Oh.
Right up here. Not you.
Oh.
You, but not you. Not Dresdenova, but the other Dresdenova, you assume.
Okay.
Dresdenova 2. Fireball Boogaloo.
But the tentacle hits against his shield, his ball of energy that surrounds him, but it hits it so hard it just shatters this ball of energy, and shards just come falling down around you into the water. The wizard reaches out and he strikes at the tentacle, and a strong electrical charge courses through it, causing it to go limp. He then disappears and reappears 30 feet up. The Cobalt Dragon has just vanquished his nemesis, who fell into the water, and he turns and he exhales a frosty breath upon the tree. They seem intent on attacking the tree. That's one thing you've noticed. They're intent on attacking this tree.
Our altar selves are?
No, your altar selves are attacking these.
What's
attacking the tree, which
okay.
is the tentacled monster and the dragon.
Okay.
But a moment later, a cat appears. A moment later, a large black crystal cat appears on its back, glowing with a dark light. It sinks its huge teeth into the scaly beast. Flares of black and gold energy course out from the bite, and the dragon bellows with rage and spins to try to bite at the cat. But bereft of its energy, it vanishes. You now notice the army of drow is marching towards you, but you notice that it's intermixed with tieflings and some lesser devils.
But I
They're
couldn't
getting-
play a tiefling.
That's what I was thinking.
They are getting closer, and you can tell the giant creature wielding the fiery whip is actually a huge red-horned devil. It also looks like the figures are not as blurry as they appeared to be a minute ago. So, Mr. Cade, what would you like to do?
What's this thing called? You've been calling it something. Do we know what it's called?
You don't know for
So,
sure. It's a hair.
Can I roll some check to know what it's called?
You can.
Halfman, get this thing
But that's
off
an
of me.
action.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to shout, Halfman, take that thing down.
It's Cade, damn it!
Well, I didn't know.
So, to answer your earlier question, Mr. GM, Cade would like to do what warlocks do best. An Eldritch Blast.
Yay.
Roll big time.
Alright. So, this is now a 14.
That's what you need.
Okay, great.
And this is a big one, too, huh?
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
Well,
Is it at least 2d10?
it's 2d10, right?
Plus, do you have anything in your...
Not for
More
what I
lucky?
have set up because
Okay.
he's a Hexblade. It's a little
Okay,
bit differently.
Sure. Yeah.
Now, if I expend a bunch of stuff on a manual hit, on a sword hit, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I can do there.
An Eldritch Blast, I believe, is force damage.
Nice.
Okay,
Yes.
so unless I am mistaken, let me go back into that one. I'm trying to remember. There was a spell I cast last time, which made 19. Oh, that's only on melee attacks. Never mind.
Okay, so how much damage?
So I need to do 2d10 because I rolled 26 to hit.
Ouch.
Nice.
That is going to be 12.
12. All right, Nevi.
That's a
Nevi.
You and
second
your
was like,
swarms.
Nevi is... I'm gonna go ahead and get this spell roll out of the way. 17 plus whatever.
Okay.
Got it. So he did not kill this winged beastie. Excellent. So the winged...
Excellent.
This guy is really not what I want to have around right now.
You're talking about the Mamura?
Yeah, that
okay.
one. That one. Let's do... It's not wearing any metal. That wouldn't make any sense. I conjure more animals. No, I can't do another concentration spell.
Thank goodness for that, you know.
And there's nothing around it. Do I see these guys approaching
Yes.
from the back over there?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I want to take this guy out because I want my magic to be potent. So let's do...
I just had a that's what she said moment.
Well, we know where Rick's mind's at tonight. I am going to make that thing make another con save.
Okay.
I'm going to do poison spray again.
Poison spray. Okay, and also don't forget you have to roll to maintain your concentration.
Oh, yes. Bad stay. 18 plus whatever.
Dang it.
It's good.
Okay, you're supposed to be on the side of the players here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's not us
make
against
it.
you.
Make it. Yes. Yes. No, I don't. These bats aren't annoying me at all. You know?
How'd they do?
She made her save.
Made the save.
So I think nothing happens at that point, right? Because it's not an attack. I think it's a save or nothing.
Yeah, you're right. This is disappointing. What did it roll? My DC's at 15.
Oh yeah. Well.
Okay,
she's
got it for sure.
Yeah.
All right, sad day. I should have done a regular spell
Sad
attack.
day. Yep,
That's
yep.
okay. I failed that one. I am gonna start moving toward the island. 1, 2. I'm gonna run toward the island. Right?
Okay. Now she's going to get an opportunity attack.
Nobody's in. She's up in the air. Why would she get an opportunity attack?
Oh, that's right.
They're
She's
both
dealing
in the
with bats.
sky.
Fair enough.
Okay. 1, 2. I'm on the island. I'm gonna get as close to the tree as possible and see what the heck's going on, and then my bats are gonna go crazy.
Okay.
So I've got 4 on her still.
Yep.
And we've got at least 2 hits. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay, so 2 hits.
Oh wait, no. A 15 does hit.
3 hits then. 15 damage to her.
15 damage. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
And then I've got 1 more swarm left on the little guy. And that's going to be a 20 to hit.
that'll hit.
Be 5 damage.
20? Wouldn't that be a...
It's not a nat 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Modified 20.
All right. Okay. All right.
And I should be well out of that dude's aura by now. If he's 20
yes,
feet in the
yes,
air
yes,
and I'm way
you
over
are.
here, I should be good.
Okay. Let's start out with your bats.
With who with the bats?
She's swinging at your bats.
Is this the necrotic damage?
Yes.
Okay.
And she hit every one of them.
Okay. Excellent.
No, not excellent.
Excellent.
She hit every one of them.
Yeah, he's got that GM screen up, doesn't
So 6 necrotic damage to each one, and then she will hit one group that she hit before, and she hits it 4, 6.
he? Pick 1 through 4 because that's important.
17. 17 plus 5 is 22.
Hey, her sword hurts real bad, guys. Is it just slashing damage though?
It is slashing.
Okay,
damage.
which 1 through 4? Which one?
1.
1? Okay, it dies.
Finally, I took all that to kill one dang swarm. Now, we still got 2 swarms on the little guy, or one of them's dead?
We've got 3 swarms on her, 1 swarm on the little guy.
All right, so I crit the little guy.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
4,
No, it's
6, 10 points of damage. That's
another
slashing damage.
how much?
Oh, wait, well, yeah, 10 points of slashing damage.
10 slashing
That's on the
damage.
crit.
Okay.
Shows you how poorly I rolled.
I'm apprised of that.
That's a hit. And it's 12. That'll miss. So another 12 points on a regular hit. Oh, you're poisoned too, so
Poison doesn't do nothing.
no,
It gives
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yeah, to hits. Did you roll
Yeah,
disadvantage on
I
all
did.
your to hits? Okay. And you still hit 3 times?
On just that one guy. She didn't poison the other ones.
Okay.
They had saved.
All right. And they get to roll to get rid of their poison at the end of their turn. So that's 7, and you need to piercing, and you need to roll another poison save.
How many poison saves is that?
That will be 1 for each one that was poisoned.
So 3 of them. Nope, and yes.
Okay, so
And then let me roll those 4 poison saves to see if they get rid of them on those other 3 guys. Or no, they weren't poisoned. Dirt.
okay. So you take 3. That's 7 poison damage.
7 poison damage.
And I am. Oh, and my devils. Oh, you're just standing there. Look at that.
I know.
There's a tentacle around him.
No, the tentacle went through him. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, peace. And that's all in the session. Thank you. I appreciate it. One little
Bye,
longer than I
everybody.
expected. Okay.